Some people just want to watch world fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98. I just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 430. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Blake.
I'm Jim.
I'm the intern.
We're all a little hungover here.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
You want to hear a joke?
No.
Okay.
You want to hear a joke? The Bengals got an offensive line.
It's not a joke.
No, it's not. Anyways, moving on. So, anybody do anything exciting this weekend?
You know, it's pretty rough to live in a city with 1 million depressed people after Sunday.
It is.
Well, I mean, you're from Cleveland, so
You should be used to it.
That's why I'm happy.
because you're not there anymore.
You should be used to it. Cleveland is just has they have a depression hotline, right, for everybody.
I've never seen the Bengals get more Browns than they did Sunday on some of those calls at the end. I mean, that's just been my life as a Browns fan. That ending has been my life as a Browns fan.
But you know what? Here's what I always tell my oldest when he's like, "Oh, the umpire made a bad call, the ref made a big call." Win the game despite that. Don't be in a position to be in that. You should be up by 10 points then.
If you take away the bad calls for each team, Cincinnati still lost by the final score.
I mean, no offense.
You
The
take
one
7
Bengals
points
receive-
away. You take 7 points away from each team. Bengals still lost.
Again.
But that's the difference between a first down play and a third down play, Blake.
Correct.
There's a difference between a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, but you still have
It's still, come on. You're right. You got to beat the referees. You
Yeah.
got to play better than a bad call.
There's four straight 3-and-outs in the fourth quarter.
But the simple fact of the matter is,
scored points. That's all.
even if they don't call that penalty on the third down or blah, 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 they're still going
they're
for it
going
on fourth down.
Yeah,
they're still
So you get that
penalty.
penalty on fourth down, which was really an obvious penalty.
And no offense, you still have Eli Apple as the cornerback. So, I mean, at the end of the day...
And he wasn't that bad. I mean, everybody's been ripping him, but he did an
No,
all right job.
I can't stand that guy all year. Fuck that guy.
I mean, him and his mom, weren't favorites in New York.
No, they were not.
Or New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
Apple has not been a favorite anywhere he goes.
I saw a
decent job for Cincinnati this year.
I'm just saying,
halfway. He was half and half. He'd either have real good or real bad.
The first half of the season, he was bad.
I will say the best thing that Eli Apple did this season was his tackle at the end of the first quarter in this Chiefs game.
First half.
Yes.
First half. End of the first half.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yes. That.
The second best thing he did all year was sign a 1-year contract. That's it.
No, he had an interception in the Raiders game.
He did have an interception.
He
in the
bumped it
Raiders
in
game.
Tennessee. He had the little punch out in Tennessee. He got bumped up to the interception.
You guys were playing with house money, and you had a good ride. I mean, I'm jealous still. I mean, trust me, I'm jealous. Was it a good game? Yes, it was.
It was a great game.
I was rooting for you guys to win, of course. I had a lot of solidarity with you guys.
You know why? Because nobody would root for an LA team.
Fuck L.A.
In LA, nobody
fuck California teams,
Nobody.
especially fuck L.A. and San Francisco. Yeah. And I was like, fuck OBJ, because he was a Brown. And
Cry
I'm like,
baby.
2 out of 3 bad strikes for the Rams, except for Matthew Stafford.
I'll be honest, I thought he was going Stafford it.
Well, Stafford and
Whitworth.
Andrew Whitworth.
And Whitworth is.
And Wentworth. Yeah, that too. And, of course, I would say, my fellow alma mater, McVeigh, graduate here in Ohio, Miami. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So they had 2 out of 4 for the Rams, other than they had cool uniforms, too. The helmets are pretty cool.
It was nice to see Beckham quit on 2 teams this year.
Yeah. And
I know he was injured. It was a joke.
And
Simmer
you know-
down.
I will say,
Yeah.
I don't
Don't
care
make
how
your
hurt.
jokes, because if you do like that, then you might get blasted on Twitter.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no.
I will say it doesn't matter how hurt your leg feels.
Or how hurt
You
your butt
still
is.
hold on to the ball. You don't drop the ball to grab your knee. You fall to the
Well,
ground holding the ball.
Was he faking it
had
like Antonio Brown or whoever that was with the Pittsburgh Steelers when he had the eyes roll back in the head? Oh, he's faking it.
He had the dropsies with the Browns too. The one thing that OBJ's dad didn't do was show all the times that Mayfield did throw him the ball on critical third downs and first down plays, and OBJ dropped the ball. But you're right. I agree with you.
He's afraid to
Hold
get
the
hit.
ball, go to the ground. That was obviously catchable. He obviously had it, and then his knee burst, and he said, "Oh, me first."
I'm actually shocked Baker Mayfield threw it. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, now I bring out my excuses.
Don't get me started.
my shoulder.
They should have sent him to surgery in week 4.
Did you see the latest
They
rumor?
definitely should have.
I agree.
Did you see the latest rumor?
Well, I don't know.
That's gaining traction. God, I hope it's just a rumor. My Cardinals are trading Murray for Baker Mayfield.
You can't do
Straight
that.
up.
You can't do that.
I know that. I don't.
Because Arizona hosts the Super Bowl next year, and you're going to need your boy out there playing
my
quarterback
God.
other than our guy.
Did you see what they said about him, though?
No. About which one?
About Murray?
No.
So in the fourth quarter, he came out of their playoff game,
Yeah.
and he refused to go back in.
Yeah. He went to the backup and said, "No, I'm not going back in."
Yeah, McCoy's like, hey,
Yeah.
you should probably go back in. And he's like, no, I'm
Yeah.
done.
But you know what? Arizona and everybody that was drafting him knew he was a pretty flaky guy.
Uh-huh.
He's temperamental.
Going into it, yeah,
Yep.
he's flaky. If things aren't going his way or he doesn't have his dad telling him what to do or what to say, he's a flaky
They said
guy.
he wants to play baseball now.
Well, let him. If
So-
that's what he wants to do, go play it. I mean,
So he deleted everything from the Cardinals from his Instagram account.
Yeah, I'm not
Then the
doing that.
next
but then he
day,
says, "Oh, there's nothing wrong."
then the next day, the Cardinals deleted everything from their Instagram account except for 2 pictures of him.
Really?
I like that.
I like that shade. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stop being a crybaby. You signed a contract. Yeah. NFL teams can cut you at any time. But you know what? You signed a contract. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyways, screw you, Kyler Murray. Until you come back next year to my Cardinals.
Until you lead us to the Super Bowl, because home teams are going to be 3 in a row next year. Right?
I would like the
Maybe.
Bengals to be.
In
Yeah,
other,
I'm about to say Cincinnati's not hosting it, so the home team won't win next.
I will say they do
I'm already
have.
starting my
Yeah,
trash
and until
talking
these
now.
northern teams build domes, so the NFL will hold it for
Not
you.
to go football talk, but I mean, as long as the Bengals gets a couple offensive linemen, they have a great team. They have young guys under rookie contracts.
You have a window right now for
Yeah.
a couple of years.
We've got a
3 or 4 year
4-year window right now that
Yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase
But
is
you
the
know
guy. I mean, he's the guy,
What-
man. I mean, he's awesome.
What happened week 7 or whatever after they lost to the Jets, and everybody's like, "Oh, this sucks." And this was supposed to be a rebuilding year, right?
Every team had a shit game this year.
And this was supposed to be a rebuilding year.
Some more
had
than others.
2 or 3 of those shitty games.
But you know
The
what?
Bears game, the Jets game.
It's not
Browns game.
the sad
I
thing.
mean, they just came out and thumped us that one game. So
it's really sad that owner Don
after
Rickles
the-
can't get a
Yeah, the
championship.
first one counted. Not the
after the
second.
interception. It's a completely different game if the Bengals score on that first drive rather than give
Sure.
a pick 6 on the goal
I
line.
agree, but that's why you have Ward as your
No, that's what I mean. That's what I
quarterback.
mean. It's a completely different game because that's
Yeah.
a 14-point swing.
Yeah. I mean, he's our guy, and he made that 14
Oh,
points.
it was a great play. I was.
Yeah.
But again, it was a rebuild. It was supposed to be a rebuilding year, so it was great that they did this great.
Maybe
And I'm not kidding.
Maybe
It
you
was
succeeded
nice.
too quickly.
It was nice. Shut the hell up, Browns. Okay.
I'm not saying you can't next year. I'm just
I
saying
mean,
you got there faster.
I
than
mean, not all of
people
us can win the Super Bowl in the preseason like the Browns.
You guys
I
were-
apologize.
You guys were 2-14 the year
Yeah.
before.
But
you guys
here's
were
the
playing
thing.
house money. You guys got the Lux on the turnovers. You got the Lux on a lot of breaks.
I
And
think that's after
some of your
31 years of not
superstars-
having luck, right?
Yeah, some of your superstars, stepped up. Joe Cool and Jamar Chase. I mean, you can't.
My
make it.
thing is, it was nice to see the city actually come together. And that may sound corny, but it was true. It was nice to see an uplifting
I agree.
story. The last time the city came together was when they indicted 4 councilmen. Okay? So this was more positive, okay? This was a better time. It was nice to see positivity.
We were leading Ohio in corrupt politicians under indictment.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, They upset the Chiefs in probably the greatest game that I've ever watched of the Bengals in the last 20 years.
I still don't know how you
both
guys
games.
win that game. I
Both
still
of
don't
them.
know.
I mean,
So,
The Raiders one of those dangerous teams, but you're more dangerous. Boo! No, I'm serious. And
Jeff.
you know, you held it.
Well, thanks for listening to Bengal Talk on the Hobie Podcast Network.
Jim, is Dave Lapham here?
About the Super Bowl.
Bam!
Dave, you need to calm down over there.
You know what I should have done was turn the TV, Chris Collinsworth off and out, and listen to Dave Lapham.
I think Dave might be dead. I'll be honest. He could be
Really?
dead.
I haven't heard any voice excerpts from him.
Speak of Boo.
Boo.
They're making another Medea movie for Netflix.
A new Halloween movie?
I think it is. Or maybe.
It is still proven differently.
No, I got it here. It's a new
No, I
Medea.
did not notice a new Medea movie.
Medea's Happy Family, I think? Oh, no, that came out in 2011. She's making a new one, though. It's,
why?
I don't know. I'm a little confused by that.
Money.
Remember when we watched the first Medea movie?
Because Tyler Perry needs money.
Diary of a young
Mad Black Woman.
That was a good film. Except for the parts
I'm like,
when...
yeah, that wasn't a bad little film. If you get rid of that Medea character, then you have a nice little melodrama there.
A Medea Homecoming.
Oh, is it like Spider-Man Homecoming?
I guess. It's been almost 3 full years since Perry donned the infamous Medea costume.
Medea.
Stop seeing Spider-Man.
So what's this have to do with the Super Bowl?
No, then we're just moving on.
Didn't Tyler Perry perform?
Yeah. Wasn't he hanging upside down in the little clubhouse?
I didn't know they got Batman. I'm Batman.
Oh, I thought Tyler Perry was the one that everyone complained for being like too scantily clad, even though 90% of his body was covered.
Did they talk about Missy Elliott?
No, they talk
Mary
about
J.
Mary J.
Blige?
Blige.
Oh, Mary J. Blige. Sorry. She had boots up to her hips. How was she
Her
uncovered?
entire arms were covered. Everything to her neck was covered. The only thing that wasn't covered was her upper thigh.
Oh
Can you believe Snoop smoked weed?
no!
What?
I don't think it was
performing?
weed. I think he was just acting like it was weed.
I like the people bitching. They're like, in California, it's legal. Like he has a license. He has it to do it. It's okay.
He's probably going to lose some of his fan base because
Oh
of this.
God, record deals, some record deals, endorsements.
I'll tell you who was really upset about the halftime show.
He was wearing his Corona
Rudy
cup.
Giuliani.
Was he?
Yeah, he was really fired up on his podcast.
Why?
Then they probably did something right.
Exactly.
The best part about the halftime show was Evan McPherson watching it.
Yes. Sneaking out to sit on the bench.
Yeah, I saw that.
We have
Pretty neat.
a floppy nominee already for Canadian of the Year because of that. Doug has requested that he is nominee for this season.
Evan McPherson?
Yes. So let's work on that.
I'm sure we will remember in
December.
I think so.
In December.
Doug will remember. We got a bat because of somebody tweeting on our. So our listeners remember. It was kind of depressing. Like they were talking to Joe Burr, like the pregame show, like the vignettes, and I looked at my wife. I was like, I don't know about Joe. He still has acne on his chin, and she looked at me. She's like, you could be his dad. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
God.
Evan McPherson's 22 years
Yeah.
old. Like,
Joe's 23, I think. 24?
25.
He's 25.
Okay.
still.
Yeah. That's depressing.
So I don't know what Giuliani would be upset about. I'm not a fan of hip hop, but I like the halftime show.
Eminem kneeled.
I don't care.
He did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was kneeling.
It wasn't even,
I thought he was.
during the national anthem. He just knelt. And
thought-
so that's a bad thing.
So
I
the
thought
Maybe
thing,
he thought he was in church like Catholics. Like they
so
kneel.
the thing is that the NFL explicitly told him not to do that. They
I
told
read Dre, and Dre said that's
Dr.
not
Dre
true.
to take out one of the lines from the
Yeah.
song about the police, and he didn't
wanted
do that.
Gangster stuff.
He emphasized it. So
Bad words.
you know,
Those are the guys when you say you can't do that, they're going to
They're
be
just
like,
like, okay.
okay.
But what's the NFL going to do?
Hold on.
I mean,
a
at
second.
the end of the day, they don't pay these guys for the halftime show
It's
anymore.
a free show.
But-
yeah.
Yeah.
But how
So,
many of
F
those
that.
lyrics did you actually understand? I
They have to-
understood like 5% of the lyrics.
They
I
have
heard
to pay.
California.
to get on the
heard-
halftime show.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, Mom Spaghetti's the only words I knew from the
All the
halftime
other
show.
words I didn't know what.
But
they
I
were
feel like
saying.
that's almost half the halftime shows. No pun intended.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't understand. I couldn't tell you anything the Who said 10 years ago. I mean,
They said, take a seat.
I pooped my pants.
so, I mean, I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
The only thing that disappointed me about the halftime show, although I was interested in the fact that 50 Cent more looked like $2.50.
Leave the guy alone, okay? Happens to the best of us.
I'm disappointed they had the cars out there as props, and I expected them to hop in the cars and hoopty out of there. And they didn't. They didn't even get in the cars and drive away.
Again,
I was disappointed.
They're concerned about the field.
I did. I did like when they were all standing there, like Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, all of them, and then you had like 50 Cent. He was in the background, like trying to find his way. If you watch, like he's behind Mary J. Blige, like trying to get his head around. Like, hey, I'm here. Like, I know there's a big picture going on right now, but I'm here.
And Kendrick Lamar is apparently 4'2".
They had some great dancing going on in that whole thing.
I enjoyed the halftime show. I'm not a rap hip hop fan, but
Neither am I.
I was disappointed.
it was nostalgic more.
I mean, I was waiting for Young MC.
I was waiting for Warren G.
Now he's too busy doing Geico commercials.
Well, the good news is that a
I
lot
was
of
waiting for Kenny G.
Oh,
the good news is a lot of kids finally got to see who their parents really were.
oh yeah. My wife was dancing. And I kept bugging her. I was like, when's Warren G come out? She's like, he's not coming out. I was like, I don't know anyone. Regulator.
So on his podcast, Giuliani suggested that Eminem go to another country.
Why?
Because he took a knee.
I thought he was bowing down because you did that dramatic fake piano playing.
Maybe he's a
Dr. Dre
follower of
was
Christ.
doing.
Yeah, I thought he was just paying homage to like Dre and those guys.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because that wasn't that start of the honoring of Tupac. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where everybody was.
I do that to Jim every time he leaves.
Tupac hologram.
I kneel. I kneel for you.
No, you flipped me off.
Let's see.
But I kneel,
going to
too.
the door.
He also mocked Snoop Dogg's vocals.
Well, Snoop Dogg
And
was
then-
wearing his Corona colors, which
then
are blue
And then
and yellow.
for some reason he said Colin Kaepernick isn't a good quarterback because he ran too damn much.
Do you know if he's going to make fun of Snoop's lyrics? I'm going to make fun of his hair dye.
Colin
Giuliani
Kaepernick?
still thinks he's in the NFL.
Giuliani's-
That's how old and out of touch
But-
he is, right?
Because of, even though he hated all of it, he still watched it.
B minus.
He still watched the Super Bowl.
minus.
Yeah.
B minus.
He watched Super Bowl. He watched the halftime show.
Damn liberals from LA won.
So how about the viewership across the country? The highest viewership was Cincinnati, obviously, with like a 47 whatever share, whatever.
That was it. Less than half the people in Cincinnati watched.
The other half were watching Puppy Bowl.
I maybe it was, but then it had the top 10 cities listed. Cleveland was like third. Columbus was fifth.
Yeah, Ohio team.
Ohio teams. Detroit was second.
Yeah,
LA was not in it.
Well, of course not. 'Cause
LA
they
They were all
Doesn't
there.
give a shit.
LA was not in the top 10.
They don't fucking.
But
give a
NFL is
shit.
happy that LA won.
Jacksonville was 10th.
Ah, good for Jacksonville. Because AEW wasn't on that night.
They had to have a team in L.A. because it's a media market that doesn't watch.
No, now they have
They don't
two.
even go
Yeah.
to sports events.
Moving on.
No,
They don't even show
go,
up for Laker games.
They go. They get their tickets. Like they're all sellouts.
Yeah, they just don't show up.
Well,
on time.
they weren't all sellouts. The Chargers couldn't sell out the soccer stadium.
Well, the Chargers shouldn't be in L.A. to begin with.
Well, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't be there at all.
But the only way to afford to build this monstrosity of a stadium is
They
to
couldn't
have
get
two
the Raiders
teams.
in there.
Yeah, they needed two
Like they
teams.
wanted.
So
Speaking of the Lakers, the HBO series looks damn good. The Rise of the Lakers, winning time. I'm intrigued.
Fuck
It's
the Lakers.
It's a series that split Will Ferrell from Adam McKay. Their duo.
I'd rather watch the
is
Topics.
this talking about
What'd you say?
I'd rather watch the Detroit Topics.
Flint Tropics?
Flint Topics.
But you said it's the Rise of the Lakers, so it's a show about Minnesota,
Minnesota.
the basketball team in
Yes,
Minnesota.
that's what it is. It's actually just about the Lake Erie, just rising.
Well, I mean, that's where the Lakers are from.
They are.
That's where they came
when
from.
I think
That's where
LA,
they
I
rose.
think-
that's where they became popular.
Because the land of 1,000 lakes.
10,000.
10,000 lakes.
LA's 10,001.
Those are puddles.
Oh,
The LA puddles.
the LA drought.
No, those are actually potholes. They don't have water in
I
California.
feel like our listenership might go down in LA today.
They should change the name to the LA
Do you
homeless.
think we have
We
If you're
do.
a listener in LA? Tweet Jason at Bad Ideas
California is
Podcast.
actually one of our bigger ones.
California, but I think we get a lot of Northern California. I don't think we get LA that much.
Okay.
San Diego will get. 'Cause we know some people in
Yep.
San Diego.
always
Northern
sunny in San
California, we know some people up there.
Alabama we get a lot.
Yeah, or one listener from Alabama no longer listens.
Yeah. Well, that's because they shut off the electricity in Alabama.
Yeah, I do like our California listeners. We got a good number of California.
We actually do
listeners
have a
we're
pretty
friends
good,
with.
decent number in
Yeah.
California. Last time I checked. I don't know.
When was that?
2 years ago.
Maybe.
One thing before we move on
Yeah.
from the Super Bowl, I gotta give props. So one of my best friends works for the Colorado Avalanche,
Yes.
and obviously he's from here, huge Bengals fan. So the entire Avalanche team chipped in, bought his ticket, airfare, and hotel so he could go to the Super Bowl. I thought that was just awesome.
So it was his fault. They lost.
No.
Why is it?
No,
his
it's his
fault?
other friend's fault, who's an equipment manager for the Bengals' fault.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see him out on the field celebrating an interception.
Yeah, I mean, if it would have been anybody, it should have been Adam.
The two 15-yard penalties against the Bengals were not good.
And
Yeah.
I have a third equipment manager friend who was at the Super Bowl. He's happened to be your cousin, Jason,
Yes. Yes, he was.
the equipment manager for the Arizona Wildcats,
I got
Brian Brigger.
a fourth friend. He's the equipment manager for a Grey Cup team, Saskatchewan Roughriders, or the Edmonton Roughriders, or the Toronto Roughriders. I'm not sure.
Edmonton
One of them.
Oilers?
It's the Toronto Argonauts.
Is
Come
it
on,
still?
Jason. We know that much.
I think there's at least 3 Roughriders up there in
There's
Canada.
only 2.
I think one folded.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think there used to be a third. Maybe at the same time. I don't know if there were 3 at once, but 3 different organizations.
Didn't you come up with something more original, like Guardians or something? Come on.
I know. Come on.
That was so original, they had to buy that name from a
Roller derby team.
Do your research.
I think they're just renting the name because the roller derby team is keeping it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, it's the bridge that's next to.
Have you seen the Indians play lately? I would rather watch the
Field.
Indians
Oh, yeah, the
play at
bridge
all.
with
Oh,
the
the
Yeah, with the
statues.
Guardians.
the one
It
that's in the
makes
opening
sense.
of Major League.
And then if you take away the the DIANS, they're trying to keep it.
Yeah, they only have to change the right half of their uniforms. The left half will stay the
Correct.
same.
Well,
So they're
they-
Two-Face? Like
they're getting a
the
new
criminal
font.
from Batman? Their uniforms?
Yeah, they're using a new font. Although
No.
I could do away with that baseball logo. That looks fucking.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
terrible.
It's bad. But I I also have a friend too. And they're not. And I was
You-
gonna
you
blame
have a
him-
friend?
I was going to blame him for your guys' loss because he's in Columbus and he's been posting like 2 weeks up to the Super Bowl about fuck you bandwagon Bengals fans. You're not allowed to root for the fans because I've been a Bengal fan all my life for the horrible years. And I was like, so you're saying I can't root for your team? What's going on? I don't understand. I thought you would invite more people to root for your team.
Just not Steeler fans.
You know, and I was almost going to say, see, it's your fault. You should have allowed more bandwagon fans for good karma, but no.
No, again, what annoyed me was at the bar I work at, the last couple years after Super Bowl, we have all these. 2 years ago, we have all these kids wearing Patriots jerseys,
Because they grew up.
and they are so obnoxious.
Exactly.
Then last year they showed up and they're all wearing
Buccaneer?
Buccaneers jerseys. This year they all showed up in Bengals stuff. I'm like, stop it. We don't want you guys.
To be fair, Brady might be going to Arizona next year, so who knows? You might see Arizona Cardinals stuff.
if Tom comes out of retirement, he's going one place and one place only, and that's San Francisco.
You on first name basis with Tom?
I am.
Oh, okay.
If you're Joey Garoppolo, how pissed would you be? You're like, I had to wait how many years behind you? And you
Well,
didn't
Joey
retire when you
Garoppolo's
saved
never
the
had a
letter?
chance to play.
And then I
Jimmy
finally-
Garoppolo probably
Jimmy
is pissed.
Garoppolo. And then you go out to San Francisco and you're going to get replaced by
Trey
Tom
Lance.
Brady. The guy that you had to
Lance.
get
Hey,
out
Jim, where's Joey?
I mean, they already drafted Trey Lance to replace Garoppolo.
from. That's
so.
true.
Anyways, welcome to football talk.
Well, I have one more thing.
Oh, dear God, yes.
Hey,
Commercials.
Super Bowl commercials. Yeah, man.
I didn't watch any of them.
Super Bowl commercials.
I thought the Larry David one was pretty funny.
I thought that was funny.
80% of them were electric cars.
Yeah.
There are a lot
And the
of
other
electric
20%
cars.
was crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hobie Coin was on there.
The
How'd that
Missed
go?
that spot.
Gwyneth Paltrow with the eating that candle.
I said I can eat sin. I can't eat this. She's like, oh. And her finger strategically placed after the VA on the. And I explained that commercial was funny as hell. They're like, what? I didn't get it. I said, Gwyneth Paltrow. They're like, I don't get it. I'm like, her candle. I don't get it. All right, obviously you're completely lost. Exactly.
I started laughing at that, and people are like, what is funny? I'm like, what is the poucher? I'm like, yeah, eating a candle, yeah. And there was one kid who I didn't expect to know it, and he's just like yeah, she had vagina and candles. Like, thanks, Frank. Glad somebody got it.
Doctor Strange.
Dr. Evil?
Doctor Strange multiverse trailer. What the hell is going on here?
I missed that. That might have been when I got up.
It's on our Facebook page at the History of Bad Ideas. Give us a like.
A little Charles Xavier in there.
Reed Richards. It's the Illuminati. What's it called?
Illuminati.
Yeah. Is that what they're called in the book?
Yeah.
Okay. There's 6 of them, I think, in the
Tony
book.
Stark.
Yeah, see, what confuses me was I thought Doctor Strange was one of the
He
people.
is.
He is, but it could be a different
different Doctor Strange.
So they
Universe Doctor.
thank God for the internet. They broke down that picture of all shadows.
Well, again, a lot of them. Again, you knew. Again, it's when they said, "Who are all these people?" I'm like, "Well, it's what Chiwetel,
Yep.
GF4?
Gia4, Rachel McAdams. It's all the people that have been in.
Oh, people who've already been in the
But
Yeah.
the
Mordo and
when they had the
Christine.
Xavier's group right there, it was him. Somebody found Reed Richards because he had a little logo on the. He had a little emblem on his uniform in the shadows. They had another guy that looked like a Black Panther. That could be the new Black Panther. Trying to think who else they said was in there.
Well,
Tony Stark was also in the
Yes.
Illuminati.
Which I think
Tom
is true.
Cruise
Tom
one.
Cruise. Because they showed
And-
the silver armor guys. I'm telling you.
And
the Ultrons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ultron soldiers.
But it's going
what's
to
his
be.
name? Black Bolt from
Yes.
the Inhumans.
That's the other one that they had said is up there.
That's the Illuminati along with Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So.
But
Well, looks good.
if you look it up on IMDb, Patrick Stewart is listed on there.
Is
Yes.
Yes. It's
Not
only
a
six-
whole lot of people
there's
are, but
7
Patrick
people
Stewart
on there.
was.
And Patrick Stewart was one
And
of
two
them.
of them are uncredited.
Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield are, in theory, the sheet list that went out, that leaked, is looking more and more true, to be honest with you. Like some of this stuff, it's like, that's kind of interesting.
I think it ties in a lot of the what if stuff.
I think it does. If there's another Doctor Strange out there, it's probably related to what
Either
happened
that,
in What If.
or again, they had the Cap shield, but and then was it Zombie Cap or whatever it was in that one.
They also had Peggy with the
They had the,
Caps-
they had the
shield.
Captain Britain shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Captain Carter?
Captain
I don't
Carter.
know if
Captain
it's Captain
Britain.
Carter or Captain Britain.
Captain Carter was in there too.
It looked like Captain Britain's shield.
That would be cool. I'm down for Captain Britain.
So do you think, for example, when Robert Downey junior erased all of his Marvel references and contacts, do you think that's probably when he got the word that fucking Tom Cruise was replacing
Taking
him as Tony Stark in the
Tom Cruise
Multiverse
was
of
supposed to be the
Madness?
original Tony Stark, and he turned it down, I think, and
Thank
then it went to
goodness.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
That was a huge
There wasn't enough
break.
running for him.
I mean, that's a franchise. That's a
I'd
franchise.
be flying
move.
around. I won't get to pump my arms.
They did the test shots, and he's flying, and he's moving his arms. Tom, stop moving your arms in the armor. I can't. It's just natural.
They made the armor and found out Tom Cruise was too small to fit in it.
I was going to make that joke. You got me. You beat me to it.
It's like, we need a
He
heart.
didn't
We
fit
need a
into the armor.
heartthrob from the '80s.
They had to put a
Robert
second,
Downey Jr.
They had to put a second person in there. It's like the horse costume. Okay, Tom, you get the small. You get the feet.
That's not really Iron Man. That's 3 kids in a coat.
Can we put Iron Man, but we use a hurricane cloak?
3 kids in a coat coming from DC Films next.
So if you're taking these '80s heartthrobs, you got Tom Cruise, no, you got Robert Downey Jr. I mean, do you think they should have gotten John Cryer?
No.
He was too busy being a half a man.
That he's the half man.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there was a Dr. Evil one commercial.
Yeah.
What was that for?
GM.
GM.
It was, oh,
the
that's right.
electric car.
The electric car.
The electric.
Oh, I was going to guess
I like
crypto.
that one, too.
So you had one.
Well, yeah, it's either electric cars or crypto.
Well, it's because he keeps trying to make a 4th Austin Powers film for like the last 10 years.
Has he
Yeah.
really been trying?
Michael
I
Myers
thought
has.
he didn't want to.
No, he did. And then they realized there hasn't been much. Like, the studio's like,
They can't have mini-me. Why do it?
That's true. That is true.
Well, they just introduced Baby Me.
Yeah, they did. That is true. Jim, would you watch a 4th Austin Powers?
I'd watch it. I don't know if I'd pay to watch it.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah.
I'd probably get
I'd watch
suckered
it.
in.
Well, you did watch Wheel of Time.
I probably would wait until it was available for free.
TBS?
No.
No, okay.
No, because then it would have commercials.
Like for free, I mean,
TBS.
it's not on a service I already
Some
pay for.
streaming service, yeah, that
Gotcha.
I'm
I
already
won't subscribe to a new service to get it. But if
want-
it's one I'm already on, I'll watch it.
I don't want to watch a hour and 45-minute movie for 3 hours.
That's a pretty good dedication if you're buying a streaming service just to watch Austin Powers. How big of an Austin Powers fan are you?
Then you might have just watched it in the theater when it came out originally.
Maybe. Or you could be like Peacock and, losing $2 billion a year or whatever they are. They need everybody. Did you see that they're struggling?
Why aren't they charging their advertisers money?
I don't know.
They planned on losing money for 5 years.
Yeah.
But I think they're losing a little more than they wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going off the Amazon model. We're going to keep taking everybody's money, but we're not going to make a profit for 20 years.
Step 3 is profit.
Amazon has all the underpants.
They need to find something else to corner the market on because Amazon's got the underpants.
Peacock lost $1.7 billion in 2021. Ooh. $1.7 billion.
Yeah, I heard $2
What
billion.
series is on Peacock Plus?
Saved by the Bell?
Well, I know that there's soccer on there. 'Cause my wife
Bel Air.
watches it.
Oh, yeah, Bel Air.
The Olympics?
Football.
My wife has a question about this. Brian, she wants you to answer.
Does she?
I don't know.
Why?
So Bel Air, well, you brought
Better
it up.
set
that's
up
fine.
than him just asking your opinion.
Bel Air. So he leaves the mean streets of Philadelphia, and he's not in a better position.
For the
He's
mean
in the
streets of Bel Air?
Yeah.
And he's getting beaten up down there, too.
Are they karate fights?
Yeah, no, Carlton
Well,
has a
Valley.
gun.
Carlton has a gun.
So he should probably go back to Philadelphia.
That's it. And then,
Maybe it's a full circle, series.
He
Maybe-
shows up there and like, damn, this is rough.
I'm going
maybe-
home.
I'm going home.
Maybe he was living the life of
episodes.
luxury in Philadelphia, and his mom thought he needed to toughen up.
by going to Bel
So she
Air.
sends him to the mean streets of Bel Air.
The mean karate streets.
Might have to watch that. It's not the Valley.
Spoilers. End of
Yeah. Bel Air is nowhere near the valley.
Well, they got Uncle Phil to get everybody out of jail in this one, so they're
Yeah.
fine. They're fine with that.
But still, there's
Who's the DJ Jazzy Jeff guy?
DJ Chazzy Jeff. He's back.
Who plays jazz in this one?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Dude, why does your best friend look like he's 50?
Hey, cool
That's right.
kids.
He's a dealer.
Steve Buscemi. That's who's playing jazz.
Howdy, kids.
how do you do, fellow kids?
How you doing, fellow homies?
So
Nobody speaks like that anymore.
Keith Lee premiered on AEW last week,
Oh, okay.
and he went against one of the Private Party guys, and he tossed him across the ring, and the announcers called it the Uncle Phil because he tossed him so high in the air because The guy can just jump like he's a. And so
Like he was
now,
throwing jazz out.
yeah, and now that's the AEW came out and said that's the official name of the move now for Keith Lee is the Uncle Phil.
That's funny.
Cody Rhodes won't see that though.
I mean,
Going to
never know.
WWE.
Doesn't mean he won't come back.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be honest.
I imagine he's getting a pretty penny.
And probably creative control like Brock, right?
Yeah.
And you know
to.
what? I think the first thing I would do if I was Vince McMahon would be like, you know that neck tattoo? Can you get that fucking thing off? Like, that's really annoying. He's got a big old American flag on his neck with an eagle and a plumber and something else. I don't know.
Was it Eagly?
It was equally.
A plumber?
He was the son of a plumber or whatever.
It had the
He's the
Undertaker's
son of a
wife's
wrestler.
name on there.
Yes. What'd you say?
Undertaker's wife's name was on there.
Sarah! Undertaker, that might not be a good idea. I love her. 2 years later, I should probably get this removed. Probably a good call. DDP stole her.
Why do you have Sarah Dippity misspelled underneath your chin?
The Undertaker comes out with serendipity on it.
Serendipity.
I don't know. That sounds better than Wino Forever that Johnny Depp has
Where does he have that at?
on his arm.
Does he?
When he was dating
Winona
Winona
Ryder.
Ryder, he
Yeah.
had, Winona Forever, and he just got the abs down or whatever covered up, so just Wino Forever.
I think he has enough money now to get that taken out, right?
I don't know. He is just dealing with that divorce.
The divorce that never ends.
Yeah.
And divorce that never ends, and they were going over his spending habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was spending $2 for every one that he was bringing in.
Well, that's good profit, though, right? Step 3's profit.
Step 3 is profit. And step 3 is movie hit, right?
I don't think he's going to lose anything in the divorce because she is a crazy
Allegedly.
bitch, too.
Allegedly.
I don't think there's no alleged about it. She is.
I think that's documented as well.
On the Peacock thing, Peacock generated $778 million in revenue and still lost $1.7 billion. Wow. Sorry. Just had to...
Well, granted, that's all the startup costs, too.
Well, they said the issue is that...
I mean, they're not like a $2 billion operating costs every year, is it? Or is that just getting the startup?
They
They're
said
never very profitable.
They said the issue is that these streaming services underestimated how much it costs to buy the rights to shows and their own original content. So a lot of them are like, oh, shit. Maybe Peacock shouldn't be paying $1 million per episode on Yellowstone.
And they threw out some stupid numbers for some of those shows that Peacock got. That was just dumb. Were they the one?
Who?
They get Friends?
No,
or-
HBO Max. got
HBO
Friends.
Max got Friends.
HBO overpaid for Friends. Peacock overpaid for something. I can't remember
The
what
Office?
it was. Maybe it was The Office.
They did get it back from... from?
Netflix.
Was it Netflix?
Like 500 million or something.
Oh, yeah, Jason, you only got like 2 weeks to catch up on Jessica Jones now.
Yeah. All the
It's coming to Disney Plus.
Have they announced that?
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's coming.
We don't know that. It might go to Hulu.
Johnny Depp claims he discovered at a meeting with his accountant in 2016 that he has lost $650 million in movie earnings immediately prior to an incident where he is alleged to have been violent toward his then wife, Amber Heard.
Jesus.
Yeah. He said he was only married to her for 2 years.
He didn't lose $650 million. He enjoyed spending $650 million.
Yeah, he's got like houses all over the world.
He discovered.
So they're not liquid assets, but he still has assets.
Yeah.
He found
Mortgages.
out. He found out. This is when you know you have too much money.
Okay, if you're that rich, you don't have a mortgage.
Well, hold on.
this
We're
is Johnny
getting there.
Depp we're talking
getting
about.
there. Johnny Depp discovered that taxes had not been paid on his behalf for 17 years.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
He owed the IRS $100 million in back taxes.
Oh.
Hey, Joe. Did you file my
bad
taxes?
accountant.
Yeah. I used TurboTax. You're fine. You're fine.
You call one of those tax negotiation places, get 50% off. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he was making over $60 million a year. And now he's in trouble.
He's got some property in like Lexington or Louisville that he ended up selling. I think he had to sell.
To pay off debts?
Yeah, that's where the assets were, his Kentucky property.
It's not the villa in France or the penthouse in L.A.
It was the fentanyl factories in Kentucky.
Oh.
It's heroin.
Oh, sorry.
Hillbilly heroin, man.
Anything else we want to talk about here?
Did anybody watch anything besides the Super Bowl?
I did watch something to please Jeff. Ooh. I watched some Legend of Vex Machina.
Wow.
Who?
Somebody else is actually watching that?
Yes.
Vox Machina?
Vox.
Vox?
Machina.
Vox Machina.
Yes. And
I enjoy it.
how far did you get?
Like 4. I'm through 4 episodes.
Okay.
What's that about?
It's the Critical Role people who did
Jeff's been
It's a D&D campaign.
turn their D&D
Jeff has been
campaign into
jizzing
an
about this for 6
animated-
weeks now.
Yeah, it's
Oh, is this the
animated.
animated series?
I
based
talked
off
about
their
it twice,
D&D campaign.
and you
Dialogue?
shut me down every time I tried to talk
I did
about
not
it.
shut you down. I just told you to clean up after yourself over there.
I mentioned it, and then you're like, okay, moving on.
I don't think I did that.
Jason's like, I beat that
yes,
game
you did.
already.
No one asked you.
I know how it ends.
Yeah, I think he said that.
It's just because Brian and I are so good at these games.
What about last episode of Boba Fett? I haven't seen it.
Time out.
I
Can you
haven't seen it
please?
yet.
Trying to watch
I've
it
seen
for the
it.
past 2 weeks.
So, because of you, my son for 2 straight days went around doing your impression from last week because he heard it. So, please do a Boba Fett impression.
I can't do it on demand. It has to be spontaneous.
That's what she said.
It has to be spontaneous.
He's not out there anymore.
And
He just kept.
Wasn't his Boba Fett impersonation a Mandalorian impersonation?
I
It was
don't.
Mandalorian, yeah.
He goes out.
no.
My son literally, when we were watching the episodes, he's like, when they were looking for the Razor Crest, he's like, Razor Crest, and then he kept going, I'm Boba Fett.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like,
The Razor Crest is the Mandalorian
Fett.
ship,
That is true.
not Boba Fett's ship.
Razor Crest.
So who's ever looking
did
for the
both.
Razor Crest was the Mandalorian.
Sorry.
Yeah, I did both. I
was
even
happy
did-
to
I
see-
even did original Boba Fett was, he's no good to me dead.
I will say I was happy to see Boba Fett show up.
It got better when he went away.
I was like, oh, this is the one we know and love. Can we go back to Mandalorian?
I still have to watch the final episode. I am going to. I tried
What?
to get it done in for today, but
Final episode's pretty good. I
Yeah.
like. Jeff, did you watch?
I watched. It was all right. I mean,
The
it,
series
it was pretty much a wrap up of what that series was going to.
It was a good action episode. I liked it.
And there was some ridiculous. Yeah, I don't want to say anything because Blake.
What's hint at the ridiculous part?
it's a good
No, I'm
Western
just-
showdown.
I just thought that all of a sudden, like, everybody on their team all runs together
Yes.
to get, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're spread out. Why
Yeah.
are you all grouping together for the final battle?
Well, it's the opposite of
Take it out
splitting
easier.
up. I did like Cade.
Yeah, I guess you don't split the party. So
Is it Cade?
Cad Bane?
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
Yeah, I like him.
Cad Bane Vance Cobb. Too many.
He's been in Rebels.
Too many
He's
Cowboys with C in this.
He was in Clone
Star
Wars. He was in Rebels. He was in Bad Batch. He was in this. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah. I did see The Silent Sea. That is it's on Netflix. It's a Korean sci-fi thriller that I had seen the previews for it, and I logged it in my back of my brain for I want to watch that. And I finally got to that this weekend, so I did binge on that because I had an extra day off. So it was pretty good. It went a different direction than I initially thought it would be based upon the preview, but it was still pretty good. You have to get past the dubbing, because it's not in English.
Was
I
it as
know
good
a
as
lot of
the
people
Squid
have
Game
problems
dubbing?
with that. It's the same as the Squid Game dubbing, yes. So if you have to watch it in subtitles, that's pretty good. So I do like it. It is, this team of military and scientists are on this mission to go to a moon base. It takes place in the future where there's a scarcity of water. So that's the setting. And so as
real-
each
real
episode
life?
goes by, as each episode goes by, they reveal more and more of the backdrop of each character or certain characters, so that as it all comes together in real time with the actual main quest, I thought they did that, pretty well. So I was like, yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good.
Is it a prequel to Moonraker?
No,
Okay.
it's post.
God.
Brian, did you watch anything?
I did.
What'd you watch?
I watched Murderville.
Oh, how many episodes?
We watched them all.
Does it get better?
I watched 2.
So
It's on my viewing list.
if you like Will Arnett
Uh-oh.
and you really, really like Will Arnett,
Overacting.
this is going to be for you. Like, you really, really have to like Will Arnett. to enjoy this. I think,
So, like,
in my opinion.
like Leslie Jones, who does Supermarket Sweep, the new one, the first season, she was way out there, like way over the top. It's like, oh, God. Second season, she's toned it down. She's a lot better. I'm hoping Will Arnett gets better as the episodes go on. Brian, please.
He doesn't get any more Will Arnett.
Does he get any less Will Arnett?
You get about the same Will Arnett through all 6 episodes. There are only 6.
I was really looking forward to this.
So Leslie Jones became more and more like Steve Harvey.
Yes, yes.
All right, she's going to be doing this shit for the next 25 years.
That's fine. Supermarket Sweep's awesome. It's my daughter's favorite game show right now.
Yeah, like it was.
It's no David Ruprecht.
Is that the original one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
The sweaters?
hosted it in the
Because I
90s.
know who you're talking about. Because I watched it when it first came on.
I was thinking
actually
of
enthralled by it.
Ruprecht. I think it lives or dies by the guest, right?
Yeah, that's part of it, but
Conan O'Brien, I was really looking forward to, and it wasn't good.
I mean, yeah, for
Because I think when you say Conan O'Brien, just knowing the basis of the show, I think Conan O'Brien would be terrible for something like that.
so
I don't know. Conan O'Brien can do ad lib stuff.
That was the
but-
thing. That's what I was
Well,
looking
the
forward to.
problem, though, Conan like when he interviews people, I think he's a terrible interviewer.
Oh, he is.
And I just see him bringing that type of stuff to the
So-
show, where he tries to go too over the top.
So
and
that's-
He tries to go Will Arnett.
Yeah, he's trying to
so
out Will Arnett.
he
Will
tried to
Arnett.
match Will Arnett.
Yeah.
like, it wasn't.
So he's not a good improv
You almost need a
actor.
straight. You
That's
need a
a
straight.
good
I would
review.
rather
That's a
have
good
like
and I like
Andy
that.
Richter doing it than Conan O'Brien. Doing
Right.
it.
Yeah. Like he was playing up to Will Arnett, and it was too much.
You can't have two funny men. You got to have a straight man and a...
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem with Will Arnett is he's trying to be the funny man, but then the guests are trying to be the funny men.
But
Or
I mean, it's. I don't know. It really does depend on the guest because, like, the last episode is Ken Jeong, and I mean, I like him, but a lot of people don't because he's too. But in this, he's not. Like, he's definitely like lower key. But the fun, in my opinion, the funnest parts of it are seeing the people like trying to stay in character and move along, and they can't.
Yeah.
So it's like an SNL thing where they break and they laugh. That's funny. That was the funniest parts to me.
The premise is that Will Arnett's a detective. Every week there's a murder. It's a half-hour show, and they bring a guest in.
As his new
Partner.
detective in training.
But he doesn't have the script.
Yeah,
He's the only one, so it's all improv with
and,
him.
And they're introduced as themselves, so it's like, you know,
Your partner, Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong, right? Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch was funny.
Marshawn Lynch was.
Marshawn
it
Lynch
wasn't
playing Marshawn
He
Lynch.
tackled the guy.
Yeah. Like
I was like, oh my God.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. The guy comes out with the bat and
bring
he
it-
tackles him.
Did he bring a bag of Doritos with him?
He did not.
Skittles.
Or Skittles.
yeah.
He was just there not to get so he didn't get fined.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Improv is actually
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, improv is actually very hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do a lot of practice to be spontaneously funny. And a lot of you would think that, oh, well, just an actor can be improvisational. No, some actors are, if they go off script, they're not very good.
No.
So you could use this, Will Arnett thing is like, all right, who's a good improv actor and who's not.
Sharon Stone's one of the guests, too. That's going to be interesting.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't nearly as funny.
It was one of the shows that my wife and I watched, and I laughed a little bit. She didn't laugh much at all. And I'm like, do you still want to continue? And she's like, I guess.
So that's
I'm
how
like,
it was
that's
with
enough.
us. Like Erica really wanted to watch it. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And she was like, oh, let's keep going. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's on.
It's a half hour.
They should have gotten like Wayne Brady and
Yeah, from,
Ryan
whose
Stiles.
line is it anyway?
Drew Carey.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, he was the
No,
judge.
he was a terrible improviser.
No, that's why he sat at the desk and
Yeah.
gave points out.
Bob Newhart.
And
Get
whenever
Bob
they
Newhart
did
in
the
there.
thing at the end where Drew Carey did something at the end, it's like that was the worst part of the show.
Did you happen to pick up in the beginning where he was talking about his partner? Did you happen to pick up? So you know how like they show like So he hasn't had a partner in like 7 years because his partner got killed in the line of duty. Mm-hmm. So her desk is like all covered in cobwebs and like
He hasn't touched it.
like she had a pet rabbit that it's like there's a skeleton in it and all this. So they pan to there's a plaque of her and it's Jennifer Aniston.
Really?
That's like the plaque. The picture is of Jennifer Aniston in a police uniform, but she's not in the show at all. And they don't make mention of it at all.
It's just that.
Yeah, because I wasn't quite paying attention, and Erica's like, "Is that Jennifer Aniston?" And we rewinded it. I was like, "Oh, yeah."
I would assume they would have done Amy Poehler.
I did like the skeleton in it.
Yeah.
Of the buddy, and Conan's like, you could still feed it.
Like if you feed those things, they live like 40 years. Oh, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It's just too painful. But
You know what it's time for?
Oreo.
What we got, Jim?
Today we have the Oreo 110th birthday Oreos with chocolate confetti cake.
Courtesy of my wife.
So
Looks like they have sparkles.
They
I
have
know.
sprinkles or sparkles in the
Multicolored
cookie
sparkles. I
and in
like
the
it.
cream.
The cream is white cream and chocolate cream. The white cream has confetti in it. Let's see, health-wise. 2 cookies is 140 calories.
Ooh, I gave out 3 cookies by mistake. My
26% of your daily sugar intake.
I've already had my daily sugar intake.
1 gram of protein.
So you're in the bonus zone.
And 8% of your daily fat.
This is just going to take off for tomorrow.
Okay.
What's tomorrow?
Tuesday. I mean, Wednesday.
Oh. Like, what is today?
Super Bowl hangover.
What do you guys think? I do like the sparkles on it. It looks like it's either confetti or glass.
It's an Oreo.
It's an Oreo. Nothing
I'll eat
special. Okay.
Yeah, it's a chocolate cream and a vanilla and a birthday cake cream.
Okay.
Taste a little bit of the birthday, quote unquote, birthday cake flavor.
It does kind of look like the glass that you would use, right? I don't know.
That's mostly Oreo.
It's mostly Oreo. It's got a slightly different flavor than a regular Oreo, which I think is good.
If you eat enough of these, will your poop sparkle too?
Probably.
I'll let you know next week.
Do I have to finish this pack then?
Keep eating until your
that's better
shit
for you to
is
do.
sparkling.
With sprinkles, drop O-Cup and end cream.
Glitter.
Oh, my last poop challenge when
dear
I
God.
ate the blueberry muffins.
Oh, yes.
I didn't notice any difference.
Moving on, we had a Twitter poll of the week at Bad Ideas Podcast. Follow us there. Thanks for everybody following. Also, follow us on Facebook at the History of Bad Ideas. We put up lots of great articles about movies and trailers and news and everything else. In honor of Doug's favorite franchise, can't be proven, which Jurassic Park, Jurassic World film is the best? We had Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. Why? Because the Fallen Kingdom movie was a piece of shit. In last place, tied Jurassic World and The Lost World. How dare you? Winning 67% to 19%. That's a shocker. Jurassic Park beat Jurassic Park 3.
I voted for 3.
I like 3, actually.
They
I
had
didn't actually see
pterodactyls.
this poll, and I didn't.
Me neither.
The pterodactyls scene was one of my favorites in the whole series because the whole what is that called? The bird cage. A starts with an A.
Yeah, aviary.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
I almost said apiary, but that's bees.
It's like my 5-year-old trying to spell out aviary, but good job. Did better than I did. Yeah, I like Jurassic Park 3.
All right, so I figured out why Johnny Depp is bad with money.
Oh, I think I got the same article. Go ahead.
So in 2017, he auctioned off. It was a Kentucky horse farm in Lexington. Mm-hmm. All right, he put it up for $2.9 million. All right, so he bought this horse farm in 1995 for $950,000 and sold it in 2001 for $1 million.
How much did he pay for it?
$950,000.
Okay, $50,000 profit.
Not even a mil.
4 years later,
Oh, God.
he bought it again for $2 million.
It's like buying back your own used car at a more expensive price tag.
It's got more miles on it. It means it's good. Just broke it in more. Did he sell it again?
So it got auctioned off in 2017 for $3 million.
Well,
So he
made some money.
$1,050,000.
Step 3 was profit.
In a Rolling Stone article, the actor admits to spending vast amounts of money on wine. Quote, "It's insulting to say I spent $30,000 on wine because it was far more than that." Okay. He also claimed that on one occasion, to alleviate the pain of having to sell his daughter's childhood home to pay off debt, which apparently then didn't happen, he proceeded to drop $108,000 on suits while on a trip to Singapore. He spent millions of dollars shooting the ashes of his friend Hunter S. Thompson out of a cannon. It was not $3 million to shoot Hunter into the fucking sky. It was $5 million. This isn't going good, Johnny. We think you're an idiot for spending that. Don't back it up.
Yeah, don't tell us you paid more than we think.
Let's see here.
Oh, jeez.
He spent $75 million on 14 homes, 45 luxury cars, a private jet, and a yacht. And employing an entourage of 40 full-time personal staff cost him $10 million a year. The fuck do 10 people? Why do you need 40 people? Only 2 people. One person can hold the boom box.
You need an entourage.
Multiple houses.
Yeah, that's true.
Entourage.
Yeah, he had a horse farm in Kentucky, so I mean that's
He had no
10.
horses, just the farm.
No, he had horses.
Oh.
It was just the ones you see in Myers or like the Krogers. They just go back and forth.
He actually had 2
one for
different
quarters
barns.
Yes. Wow. So, don't take after him on money. So,
Be his real estate agent.
Blake, let's get some listener feedback.
Yeah, real estate agents, Anna Kendrick and the Barbie and the Rocket Mortgage commercial was pretty funny.
She's going to be Barbie, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course the Skeletor.
I did like
Great
Skeletor.
skull at the end.
I did like that.
Somebody I just saw got Simu Liu just got cast in that movie, the Barbie movie.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see what the role was, but I just happened to see the headline.
Why would you make a Barbie? Well, I know why, but like...
He's going to be Ken, but it's going to be Ken from Street Fighter.
I like
Wrong,
that.
Ken.
Blake, let's do some listener feedback.
Complain about.
We're recording. Oh, do you want me to start over?
No.
What
We don't edit. When I count down and give you a cue, it means we're playing here.
Shocker, Blake's going to complain about something.
No! Didn't find enough buttons this week, Brian.
Bob, listener feedback. That's the noise. Sponsored by my unicorn. I ride a unicorn in Skyrim.
That must be a new thing. I didn't have a unicorn.
It's in the DLC. I got to get it some armor. I got to dress it up. I wonder if it'll let me.
D-Mills.
I'm going to work on it.
Go ahead.
Well, anyways, we start
That's DMC. My
the
bad.
number one guy, known as,
Apans. Can't give yourself a nickname.
7.
formerly known as,
Number one fan.
Dad.
Big D.
Yeah.
Says, since umpire Joe West retired, don't you agree that the MLB needs to start the season now?
She started immediately. And
Well, what about the lockout? Isn't there a
Doesn't-
lockout going on?
I mean, Joe West retired. That still doesn't mean CB Buckner isn't screwing things up.
Who's the other one?
Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I know that guy's
He
name.
reportedly will not be back.
Oh, no.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's terrible. I hate to see that.
Wow.
Hear it.
He hates
His
to see it.
contract is not going to be renewed.
They can do that?
Yes.
By MLB.
Shocking. He didn't see it coming either.
Hopefully the NFL follows suit with MLB in that nature.
A lockout?
You need, they'd have to fire every single official.
I'd be okay with that.
Angel Hernandez?
I don't know. Do you remember when they had the umpire strike?
Oh yeah,
Or
the
referee
replacement
strike.
refs.
Yeah, that
football.
Seattle Green Bay game.
Yeah. Well, we just replaced them with someone better than those replacements.
Oh, okay.
Are they there?
Pitchers and catchers were supposed to report today.
No, see,
No, they weren't. They're locked out. They can't.
Nope, they can't now.
I would say you should hold umpires, more accountable than referees on the NFL field. The NFL field action, I think, is a lot more faster, a little more difficult
Yeah.
because you only have one angle. If you're the umpire, you don't have a lot of excuses because you're right there.
They should. You should be.
You
rated
should be
after
held.
every
You should
game.
be held accountable.
And your contract and stuff
Yeah.
should be required.
Performance. If you're not performing up to standard,
You should be able to be sent down to do minor league games. There should have some way to do that.
Yeah, performance reviews. If you aren't up to snuff, you shouldn't be still around.
XFL could be go to the XFL for referees in NFL.
Because Angel Hernandez complained that it was racist that he didn't get a crew chief job, and there was Major League Baseball's response was, "You're not good." We've looked, and any metric of the way you do your job, it's not good. And then he shut up.
What else we got, Blake? What else we
yeah,
got?
but isn't there a lockout right now?
Yeah.
Oh, and the good thing about the players turned down the owner's most recent.
That was their first offer, wasn't it?
I think
You
it's
always-
their second. I think it's their second offer.
Are they negotiating, or are they just
not
making
really.
offers? Or
They're
just saying
making
no?
offers, but they're not talking about anything. This offer,
None of the offers they're making they know are going to be
To be
approved.
fair, they're on cocktail napkins offer.
They're
so.
waiting until spring training is over before they.
this
Well, they're not
this
even start
offer,
spring training, are they?
the most recent Major League Baseball offer included getting rid of more minor league teams.
It total it was jobs across.
Yeah.
So it amounted to 42 minor league teams.
Well, they already cut 42 teams last year.
Right. And
Now,
then,
hold on. Why did they do that?
Money.
Yeah, because they pass that law about salaries and having to pay them a certain
Yep.
minimum amount.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because-
they're like, well, we can't afford to pay them that way because all your money's tied up in MLB, not in the minor league.
But
system.
why spread your sport wider? No, let's contract it and get a smaller audience.
And so what they estimated
idea.
that these jobs that they'd lose in this thing in this deal of those like the 42 teams that kind of come down to would cost each team maybe $1 million.
Each team will save $1 million based on that.
That's it. And they're spending
I mean, wait, hold on. $1 million per team or $1 million for 42 teams?
$1 million
Total.
per
Per
major
team.
league team.
Oh, okay.
You would save.
So that's what? How many million?
30
30 million.
30 million?
But they're paying one guy gets more than that a year.
yeah.
Maybe that's part of the problem. Is he really worth $30 million a year? Those
No, but-
contracts
no.
are guaranteed. You can sign for $30 million a year, and then you can't cut them.
Oh, that's,
You
Ask
can't
Trevor
reduce
Bauer.
them.
that's
There's- yeah.
that's a problem with the owners signing these people to this.
Yeah.
And
Well,
MLB has a very good union. That's what,
Well, that's the thing is
The players have a very good
the
union.
players will not accept
Players, that's what I
anything that gives a salary cap. Anything that will limit their.
But how about a
Potential.
salary bottom? Can we get that?
Oh, we do have that.
they do not have a floor.
They have a floor. There's a minimum salary
there's a
and
floor.
26-man roster on minimum salary.
Correct.
Okay, but
Is
the
your
TV,
floor.
your TV contract pays each team roughly $60 million. That is before any gate, any concessions, or anything else. So your team automatically
Whose TV contract?
baseballs
National.
So
Every
that's the
team.
national.
national. Every team
So
gets
not the
60
local TV
No,
contract,
this is just
okay.
the national. Every team gets $60 million right now,
Just
to start.
To be fair, that's like two people now. Two players.
or
There were four teams under
No,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
There is no reason you should be under $60 million.
No.
You need to set a hard floor and a hard cap.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing is, the players' union won't even if there's a hard floor, they're not going to accept a cap. But I mean, the problem is that they need to fight for like the minor leaguers and everybody coming up and the low guys is what they need to fight for. But they are always fighting for the upper end, the top 1%, if I have to say it.
Because they're not doing anything in the minor leagues because they're not in the union.
No, but they're their incoming union. They should be in the union.
They should be in the union. I agree.
It should be an all ball player union. Minor leaguers should be in that same union, and they should fight for the minor leaguers to make a decent wage because they make crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if you've got the whole pie, people don't like giving up their pie. Yeah, they're
Jim,
gonna,
Yeah, the
they're
owners
gonna
don't
give
give
to
their
minor
pie.
leaguers.
do you
Why
think
would-
our softball team will break the lockout this year?
we're going to break something this year? There may not be any lockouts.
Hopefully, we play.
You mean the Defending champions?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Where's my shirt?
Yeah, did we
Were
get
you there
shirts
for the
this year?
final game?
No.
Okay. Was any of us here there for the final game?
No.
Okay.
Do you have a shirt though?
I
Yeah, you do. Shut
I
up.
have 2 extra shirts, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that's why we don't agree MLB should start right now, Doug.
That's right.
Yes.
What else we got?
It's a bigger problem than we can solve here. But I will say, the NFL model works pretty good. Look how much money they make. But then again, they don't have a minor league system to tow along.
Yeah, that's called college.
It's called college,
Yeah.
NCAA.
Same thing with that. Say to NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're right. But for that to happen, the owners need to agree to share their revenue more.
Yeah.
The big markets have to share their revenue with the small markets, and they have to have a salary cap
And a floor.
and a floor. Yeah,
That way that you can sell the cap with a floor, I think. Or you can sell the floor with a
I,
cap.
I don't see the MLB Players Union agreeing to any sort of cap, even with a floor.
Yeah. I like
mean,
to see it.
I don't know. At least when Don Fair was in charge, he wouldn't even think of listening to such an offer.
But apparently the players CBA they wanted was much more reasonable. They were asking for a percentage raise based on everything.
Okay.
But again, they also didn't want that. The other thing in there, I think the owners really denied was the luxury tax. They don't want that to be treated as a hard ceiling.
Well, the problem anyway is baseball's been ruined anyway because Manfred announced that they're doing DH in the National League this
Universal.
year. So I have no desire to watch baseball anymore anyway.
All right, Doug, so that is why we don't agree that the MLB should start
Let's
right
get to
now.
something classier.
Oh, no,
Blake.
I have more.
No. Okay, what do we got?
That's our MLB deep dive this week with Hobie.
Fine, you won't let me talk more baseball?
No.
I will. Go ahead.
No. Go. What's the next
sorry.
question?
Next one is from Andrew at Drew350 Cam. You know, he couldn't afford a 360 cam. He couldn't get that last 10%. But he's got a 350-degree cam.
Well, the 10% is like where the wall is attached to the
Oh,
wall.
that's where it's attached to. That's right, the pole.
Yeah.
He says, does anyone know what sex bread is?
Oh, I thought that said sex beads. Oh, wait, no, I
Sex
don't.
Bread? Weren't they like a pop punk band in the 80s?
Maybe.
Sure. I think that was
That's a
Sex
good-
Dog.
That's a good bet.
So no one actually
Oh, no,
looked
no.
up
It was the
sex
Sex
bread?
Pistols.
Jim, are you looking
Sorry.
up Sex Bread?
Yeah, I know Sex Pistols.
They were 70.
Are you using incognito mode before you look that up?
No. Urban Dictionary.
Oh, God.
Am I going to have to edit this out?
I don't think so. I'm looking it up too. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Okay.
There's bread sex, and
Something
that's
with
eating
yeast?
bread while having sex.
Okay.
I thought it was
Pretty straightforward.
more yeasty than that.
You know, I can go for during sex. Bread.
Well, wasn't that a Seinfeld episode where George wanted
That's a
sandwiches?
pastrami sandwich.
Yeah, it's plain, boring, basic sex, probably missionary, awkward, and completely lacking any sex appeal, typically silent when zero eye contact.
So good sex.
So this podcast is Sex Bread.
There's a book on there's a book on Amazon. What do women want? Power, sex, bread, and roses.
I don't think that has anything to do with
I
the
don't
Sex
know.
Bread.
But it is $6.28, Brian.
Buy
Only
it,
one
Jason.
left. Only one left.
Buy it.
And with
You have to
tax,
buy
it's
it.
probably $6.66.
Buy it.
I'm looking.
Buy
Jim.
it.
It's got one
Satan's
global
book.
rating, 4 out of 5.
Well, buy it and then rate it.
You should buy it, Jason.
This lady, Erica Young, she also made another book called Parachutes and Kisses.
There's $1. Buy it.
So, okay, sorry.
Is that Erica Jung with a J?
Yeah.
She's like a very well-known author.
Oh, well, that's her.
And she wrote the Sex, Bread, and Roses.
Yep, there it is.
I think it's sex, bread.
Oh!
I thought it was power sex. Bread.
Here's the problem.
comma,
It's a
roses.
used book. I don't know if I want the sex book from somebody else. Anyways, go
Pages might be stuck together.
I'm kind of relieved. I always thought it was like yeast infection related shit.
What?
So that's good.
Keep
All
going.
right, next one. This is really sad when we're taking up a listener feedback slot with one of our own.
Well, Brian
cast
did make the
members
outline
here.
this week.
I
and
had nothing to
From
do with
intern
this.
Brian putting in his own feedback in here.
He was bitching when Jeannie was on that his top
That's
5
right.
didn't get read.
Oh, his
I
top
wasn't the
5.
only
Yeah,
one.
that's
Did
right.
anybody? Did anybody's top 5 get read?
From Twitter did
No,
not
we all
get
forgot.
read.
We all forgot. Go ahead.
So this isn't just me, and I didn't do this.
Yeah, go ahead, read your own damn feedback.
All right, my feedback is the top 5 songs to walk a dog to. It's not feedback; it's a top 5.
The feedback was, "God damn it, Jason! Why didn't you read anybody's selection on Twitter?"
Why did I take my own time to put together this list and then not get read? That's
That's
my
why.
feedback.
Well, read the damn list.
All right, so the
Now
top
it's on here.
the top 5 songs to walk a dog to: Holy Water, Can You Hear Me, Vice Grip, Mulberry Street, Hope the High Road, Treat You Well.
Mulberry Street is a good song.
These are all good songs.
I'm like,
Jason.
do I know any of these songs?
You're the
I mean, can you
monkeys.
hear me? That's the one from Yentl.
From Korn. It is
Papa,
not.
can you hear me?
That is not. Nope.
Oh, okay.
When I think walking dogs, I think Yentl. If I was a rich man. Go ahead, Blake. What
See,
else you
stuff
got?
like this is what makes us sex bred.
Now, do you put butter on the bread during sex? Or is it already buttered?
Then it would be buttered sex bread, Jason. Gee.
My bad.
It's completely different.
Okay. Blake, what you got next?
The monkeys have a song about a dog. I'm going to buy
Nice
me
Train
a
in
dog.
Clarksville?
Monkey bread? What?
No, I'm going to buy me a dog.
I'm going to buy me a dog.
That's right.
It's a good song.
Just how it goes.
Wait for next week when I put my listener feedback in here requesting more Oak Island commentary.
You don't see that from intern fax machine. Just saying.
No, intern fax machine's comments are
Bong, 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 bong.
What else we got?
That requires me to
Fucking
get
sound effects hour over here.
but that requires me to get a Twitter account, so maybe I'll skip that. All right, from Tequila Mum, a.k.a. Nikki from Pumazili.
Oh, yes.
She says, Jason, where is the Bluey in the animated dog from again?
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I wrote to her, hey, New Zealand rocks, because Bluey, it's a cartoon, animated film about family, or animated cartoon series about 4 dogs, a mom and dad and the 2 kids. And it's really good. Like, they do, like, adult conversations for kids, but, like, in the, like, you know, they talk to a kid like
So Jason
adult.
really likes this Bluey show.
Yeah. They had one, like, the kid...
He likes being spoken to like a child.
They
Like
had
he's a
one that he actually met a new friend, and his dad was in the military. The friend's dad was in the military,
Is it Blake's friend? No.
but he had PTSD. But the way they did it, the episode, like asking for help in that, was unbelievable. And like the other episodes, like they've done a great job. Like my kids love it, and I am like, it is a phenomenal show. Well, they all have accents, and I was like, oh. And at the end, it says made in
Queensland?
Yeah, Queensland. And I was like, hey, Nikki, great job on New Zealand making the Bluey. She's like, it's not our show.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's from Australia, not New Zealand.
I apologize to the people of New Zealand. It is Australian. So,
You should ask her more about Lord of the Rings.
long story short, I'm an idiot.
So you thought Queensland was in New Zealand?
Yeah, I was an idiot.
Okay.
I will say, though, it was a very well done show. Like, it's phenomenal. The way they do it, it's funny, and it does a good job. Like I said, it takes serious subjects, but puts them down on a kid level. And like I said, the PTSD one was unbelievable, like how they explained. I'm not doing it justice, but like they're only 15 minutes long. But like the way they did it and explained to like how their dad's doing all this stuff. I mean, it was well done. So at least from an outsider's point.
So thank you, New Zealand, for doing
Yes.
for being neighbors to a country that does well done.
Screw you, Australia! Oh wait, no.
9-hour movies.
Yes, that could be 2. What else we got? Let's wrap this up.
Hey, is Peter Jackson involved in the Amazon Lord of the Rings prequel coming out soon?
I hope not. It's going to be a long series.
Actually, if he did, I'd have more faith in it. Well, wait a minute. He did The Hobbit, though. Okay. Anyways, wrapping it up as we end with this guy, Professor Number One and Doctor Number One. He says, why didn't you read any of my top 5 from 2 weeks ago? And the show sucks without Jim and intern Brian.
Wow.
Thank you, Professor Number One.
Look at that, Jim.
We've been saying that for a while now.
I think that that Professor Number One just insulted Jeannie with that, is what I read from that.
What I read is a mentally insane guy that likes you guys. That's all I know about.
Jeff, give me some news of the geek music.
News of the geek music.
I didn't feel like pausing the recording. Let's see here. We're going to skip the first one. Blake just came.
Can you summarize the first one? Because I'm really disturbed by this first story.
Fine.
I mean, this
Shmooey cheated.
that's right.
In Guitar Hero.
Yes.
Per IGN, Mike Judge has revealed a glimpse of middle-aged versions of Beavis and Butthead ahead of an upcoming film reboot. Talking to Twitter, Beavis and Butthead creator unveiled images of the pair as they would be now. It looks like they've seen better days. Quote, hey, shut up!
Spaghetti.
Shut up! Beavis and Butthead will be returning this year with a brand new movie and more on Paramount
Shut
Plus.
up, dumbass.
Hey, finally, Paramount Plus is going to have something that earns money.
Hey, they got Reno 911.
Paramount's
Were you the two
crushing
kids that were
everything right
whacking
now.
in my tool shed?
That was 2 other kids.
Beavis.
No exact date yet, but soon. They need some time to get back in shape. The image depicts the duo in later years, with Butthead sporting a potbelly and severely receding hairline, while Beavis now supports a pair of spectacles to complement his missing teeth. He did meth. Whether or not this middle-aged reimagining is how they will appear in the upcoming movie or TV show remains to be seen, but it's certainly a distinctive look. Could prove to be a creative way to continue the franchise. Of course, the series was previously pegged to continue on Comedy Central after the channel ordered 2 seasons of an all-new series that placed Beavis and Butthead in 2020. It's unclear whether this is the same direction Judge's new Paramount Plus projects will take, but either way, it's good news for Beavis and Butthead fans. They originally debuted in Judge's 1992 short film Frog Baseball, before getting their own series on MTV in 93. A combination of edgy humor and social satire, the show gained a massive following and is often said to be the voice of Generation X.
Yeah.
Degeneration. The show was previously revived for an 8th season back in 2011 and is now set to return again. Anyone excited about this?
No.
Okay.
I would say,
I kind of am.
well, the problem is the best part
that
of
was the
Beavis-
best answer ever. No.
I'm making
best
fun of the
part of
videos.
Beavis and Butthead was them watching the videos.
Correct.
They can't watch them anymore.
They can't. They don't
can't get
do
the
that
rights
anymore.
to them.
Like you can't even watch those because
The
they don't have the
reruns
rights to
suck
the videos.
because
The
you
reruns
can't
are-
watch the videos.
Yeah,
That's right.
and like the 2011 or whatever year that was,
Yeah, 2011.
that reboot just didn't work because cut out all the videos, and I mean, that was the best part.
So it's like WKRP in Cincinnati. They're struggling when they have the music rights.
It's even worse because that was just background music they really had to deal with. This is the humor. I mean, the best line was "Damn it, Pantera, this beer is warm." Never get to see that anymore because they're not allowed to show you the Pantera video.
Yeah. So you can't do like King of the Hill kind of stuff with it because the music videos are so ingrained into the whole thing. But I would be interested in if they came out with a new Beavis and Butthead video game, computer game. Because I remember 1995, they came out with Virtual Stupidity.
Yep.
And it was basically just a click and play game, and they had mini games inside the game. Like Hockaloogie,
You were walking through the
Bug Justice.
the school building after hours.
Yeah.
And you'd click on the vent and. Beavis walked over to the vent and just yelled tacos, and it echoed.
It was just,
That's all it did. And I sat there for a half hour. Tacos.
that's what.
Am I supposed to be looking for something else? Tacos.
CD-ROM on my Windows 95. I thought that was one of the best games ever.
It was rather fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
In other news, we got some other stuff coming up. We're going off the line here. J.J. Abrams is producing a 4th Star Trek film.
Why?
The full cast is returning. So I'm getting lit up on Facebook here on our Facebook page, Bad Ideas Podcast, or History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. Because I was like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Like, are people actually interested in seeing this? It's been a while.
Apparently.
Another Star Trek? Yeah. I'll watch another one. They were well done. This series of movies I thought were well done.
I saw the first one. First one was decent.
That's the one you saw?
And those were Into Darkness and
I forgot what the name of the most recent one was.
News was announced by J.J. Abrams during Paramount's Investors Day presentation on February 15th. But let's see here. He will produce the film, which is set to be directed by Matt Shackman, who directed WandaVision, with a screenplay, oh no, by Josh Friedman, who's doing Avatar 2. Oh no.
Maybe Avatar 2 is going to be the good Avatar movie.
No. Everyone's returning. Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto.
Well, not everybody.
Oh. Wow. It's been quite some time. Star Trek Beyond was released in 2016. Since then, according to a report from Variety, Paramount has been doing market research. Oh, that's always good. Into potential audience interest.
Can they do the one where they find the the one that
The G-spot?
No. They'll find the one where they put Tesla launched that car into space with the fake astronaut and the Hobie coin or whatever it was.
With the Hobie coin.
That would be kind of cool if they found it.
And then they find it because it comes back to Earth as a part of a giant machine. Oh, wait, that was the first Star Trek movie.
I'm not...
Yeah, but it wasn't the Tesla car.
That's true. It wasn't.
It was Voyager, but...
Yeah. That wasn't Elon Musk's car. That's right.
I'm not saying that they're not good films. I just... Like I said, it's been 6 years since the last one. I just don't hear, like, people are like, man, I can't believe they didn't make another Star Trek film. Like, that... Like, if you're going to do it, make a new cast or do something else. I was just kind of surprised they're making
6 years, like... an incredibly long period of time.
No, but you just don't hear about it. I guess I'm wrong because Paramount Plus market research says people are interested. Yeah. So
the TV series are still doing well.
Yeah,
the cast was good. I like this cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, but the cast is doing so many different projects now.
Not Chris Pine.
I'm gonna say with me, the only problem is with the new Star Trek is they made it too action oriented. For Star Trek,
needs to be a little more cerebral.
Oh, that was why Star Trek was better than Star Wars, and people's argument is because it was more cerebral. It just wasn't.
Star Wars has light swords
and midichlorians,
and those are pretty cool. Well,
and no science.
When they tried to get cerebral with midichlorians, it didn't work out. Just keep it a magic mystery religion, and it would have been fine.
Are you guys speaking English?
No.
Like, what are the words that you're saying right now?
We are speaking Elvish from Middle Earth.
Your character should have learned this while you're conquering dungeons and killing.
We didn't even have time. We didn't have to worry about it. We're like, they start talking to us. We just slaughtered them.
Yeah.
Columbus.
I'm pretty sure their characters leveled up much faster than ours did.
Hey, Brian, look at this group over here talking to these people.
It's been 14 years and we're level 3.
It's like Lancelot and Monty Python the Holy Grail.
I think they were level 4 by their 13th minute.
Easily.
Hey, Brian, there's this group of travelers over. Kill them! Look, I got porridge.
You guys were murder hobos and didn't know it.
Oh, we knew it.
We knew it.
Murder hobos are murdered. Are murdered.
I just have a headline. I don't even want to read the article.
Okay.
I just have a headline.
Okay.
A porno metal song about gay cowboys is disrupting the anti-vax trucker convoy.
That is on the outline for next week. That is a tease.
The song is called Ram Ranch.
It is on our thing for next week. Just
okay.
Should I watch Power of the Dog in preparation for next week?
No, Wag the Dog. THR reports that Netflix is partnering with Take-Two for the film of BioShock, as the video game, as well as a potential, of course, cinematic universe. The outlet reports that the deal between Netflix and Take-Two has been in the works for nearly a year. No writer or director are signed for the film yet. Jim, you want to put your Name of the ring?
I'm in.
Done.
As what, writer or director or both?
Yes.
It's
Say
Big
yes.
Daddy.
Say yes. Say yes.
Yes. And just I want everybody to know that I don't know anybody who has worked for Take Two. I don't want to be associated with anybody that might have worked there.
The Bioshock franchise has long been a target of Hollywood, with Gore Verbinski initially coming on board to develop a film in 2008. Now, I guess
Behind schedule.
less than a year after that, the first game less than a year after the first game in the franchise release became a hit. Budget became an issue. They tried to film everything underwater. You can't do that, Gore. And he dropped out to shoot the film overseas for financial reasons. He stopped because it would have negatively impacted his work on Rango, the cartoon film. Let's see here. They tried again in 2013. It was canceled. Bioshock is set in the underwater city of Rapture in 1960 and follows the protagonist Jack, who crashes his airplane and discovers the city. He learns that the city has degenerated into a civil war after the introduction of a genetic material named Adam that can grant superpowers and must battle his way through Big Daddies. Powered humans merge with diving suits to learn more about the city's shocking past. Netflix found success with The Witcher, and then which has had 2 seasons released, as well as a spin-off series coming and an anime film.
Anime.
There you go. So, anybody? Blake, have you played Bioshock?
I wanted to, and
Okay.
when I was trying to look for it for a PS5 version, apparently, you get too new of a console, you can't retro that far back.
Gotcha.
That's why I went Skyrim with the
With the
anniversary
unicorns.
download where I can ride a unicorn.
And also, Brian's favorite show, How I Met Your Father, was renewed for another season at Hulu.
Whatever.
Did you watch it?
No.
I thought you did.
No.
I watched the first 5 episodes.
It's not awful, but
No, it's what I expect network television comedy to be.
Okay. I thought you did. I'm sorry.
Predictable.
I thought it was...
no, I did.
Okay. Knew somebody did.
Formulaic and predictable.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just, I guess, look and sound so much alike, Brian.
Yeah, it's.
And what's her name? Like Kim Cattrall plays the mother in the future, and those scenes are terrible.
Terrible.
You mean that dirty whore from?
Yes.
Or, no, it was. Somebody described Sex in the City as 3 whores and their mother.
Yeah. I think that was Drew Carey. I think that was on the Drew Carey show or something.
Jeff?
Oh, Drew Carey Cable Guy commercial was kind of interesting.
That's Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, I'm sorry.
the cable guy.
He also... He
Cable
was,
Guy.
I would love to
Sorry.
see Drew Carey being the cable.
was that
guy.
when, in between the Joey Garoppolo show or whatever? I think he became me. Jeff, give me some box office news. Dun, 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 dun. Those
Box
dates are
office news
incorrect. February
From-
11th.
from this past week.
There you go.
Number 1, Death on the Nile made $12.8 million in its opening weekend with a $90 million budget.
Less than half of what the original made. Not a good sign.
The original, is this Death on the Nile 2?
The first film, Murder on the Orient.
Oh no, the first film, Death on the Nile, that was made in like
original
1960s.
This, yeah.
or 88.
The
70s.
Oh, you mean the other Agatha
Yes.
Christie story that was done a few years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, the other Agatha Christie story when they only keep making the same 2 movies over and over, even though she wrote like 80
lot
books.
of books.
Start making new ones, people. I know who did and I didn't have to watch the movie.
One of my favorite
Everybody did it.
One of my favorite Agatha Christie
wrong
books
one.
Yeah, that was the
Murder.
wrong story.
I know.
is one with the title that isn't politically correct anymore. So
And then there were none.
They changed it to 10
yes,
Little
and then there were
Guardians.
none.
And then there were none.
Yeah, they changed it to that. What did
10
they
Little
change?
Guardians.
10 Little Guardians.
What do you got, Jeff?
I like that.
That's
novel.
it was a
one.
good book. And I read it as and then there were none. So
Oh, I read it as the prior title.
10 Little Guardians.
I had the book and it had both. It had 10 Little Guardians and then
And then there were none.
and then there
Yeah.
were none. Parenthetical.
number 2, Jackass Forever made $8.1 million, a total of $37.5 million on a $10 million budget.
I give these guys credit for making
They're
shit,
still making movies.
making
They're still
shit,
making
and
money.
people still show up.
Yeah,
and
if
watch
people,
it.
if people are going to
profits.
pay them to do it, I can't fault them for doing it.
Nope.
Nope.
I can't fault people paying to watch them do it.
It's like Medea.
Boo!
Well, we have one of the best movies coming up next.
Making $8 million in its opening weekend, "Marry Me" came in third on a $24 million budget. Next.
Fuck this movie.
Coming in fourth, Spider-Man: No Way Home made another $7.2 million, a total of $759 million on a $200 million budget.
Stop seeing Spider-Man.
It passed Avatar.
COVID numbers
Did
are
it?
going down. Do you think it's because people are stop seeing Spider-Man?
Maybe.
One Oscar nomination.
Same as Coming to
Really
America.
all it deserved. I'm sorry.
I agree with
Dune
Jeff on
got
this.
10.
What did?
Dune.
Yeah, I didn't see Dune, so I can't judge that.
Best half hour I've seen.
I mean, if you look at like all the cinematography and all the costumes, and everything,
yeah.
Dune is
Yeah, but nothing happened.
I sense the
but
theme
the-
with everything you watch, Blake, is nothing happens. Wheel of Time, nothing happened. Oak Island, nothing happened.
What's in the box?
Dune,
That's
nothing
right.
happened.
Wait, I thought we weren't talking Oak Island this week.
Oh, sorry.
Blake, what's happening on Oak Island?
Nope, moving on, bro.
Number 5, Blacklight
I'm
made
glad that you asked because
$3.6 million in its opening weekend on a $43 million budget.
This is the Liam Neeson film. You took my granddaughter.
Oh, yeah. $3.6 million
Taken
is not that
seven.
Taken
good.
7.
You took my granddaughter. No, it's nothing like Taken. You took my granddaughter.
It's more like The Gray.
God.
Speaking of the Oscars, did anybody see that they announced the hosts?
No.
No.
I saw they did, but I didn't see who it was.
It is Regina Hall,
Okay.
Wanda Sykes, and Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody tweeting about, I can't believe they did somebody who just steals jokes.
Dane Cook?
Carlos
The
Mencia?
the first response was, Carlos
Mencia?
Mencia's doing it?
Like when they confront Carlos on that, he's like, "Yeah, I do." What do we got? Upcoming.
February 18th of 2022, we have Uncharted.
Tom Holland. I'm seeing this with my son.
Nice.
Spider-Man, Treasure Hunt.
Yep. Indiana Jones. The young years.
Street smart Nathan Drake is recruited by seasoned treasure hunter Victor Sully Sullivan
Marky
to
Mark.
recover a fortune amassed by Ferdinand Magellan and lost 500 years ago by the House of Moncada.
Does it take place in modern day?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of hard to do fantastical stuff nowadays?
No.
Today's
Not
technology?
good. It may not be good.
I mean, there's no uncharted islands. There's no.
How do you know?
You know, mystery
If we
stuff.
knew where the Uncharted Islands were, they would no longer be Uncharted.
Yeah.
There might be Uncharted Islands out there because they have not been
And
charted.
every
We
time
wouldn't
somebody
know.
goes to these islands, they get shot with bows and arrows when they try to deliver the word of God. Worsley Award winner a couple years ago.
And then you'll get the island that jumps around in space and time.
Some of the scenes in this movie from the preview look horrible.
Oh yeah,
It looks so over the top that, yeah.
it's not getting good reviews.
I heard people complaining about it's like, okay, you're taking the video game franchise and the Nathan Drake, and we're getting the young Nathan Drake Chronicles, and it's like, don't you have to establish the property before you start changing it so much?
It did. It's a video game.
The rumor,
Yeah, but-
the original rumor back in the day was Nathan Fillion was going to be in it. Was going to be Nathan Drake.
He wouldn't have to change his first name then.
No, he looked the part.
That's a Tony Danza move there.
That's what
Tony, we're going to talk to you, Tony. I think he's talking to you.
That's what I rewatched this week. I rewatched
Simpsons?
Dr. Horrible's
Sing along.
sing-along vlog.
Oh, okay.
Good old Nathan Fillion playing the Hammer.
What else we
Captain
got?
Hammer.
And we have Dog.
2 former Army Rangers are paired against their will on the road trip of a lifetime. Briggs and Lulu race down the Pacific coast to a fellow soldier's funeral on time.
So they didn't even bother telling you that one of them is a dog.
Well, Briggs is played by Channing Tatum, and Lulu is a Belgian Malinois.
Spoilers, it eats his face off in the first 5 minutes.
No, this movie looks so terrible.
And I think it looks better than Uncharted.
I'm watching I'm watching the commercials for
Might be
these, and I'm
right.
thinking these are the scenes that are supposed to get me interested in the movie.
Yes.
And they're horrible.
I mean, these make me want to run away from the movie.
Well,
Uncharted at least is throwing out just your over-the-top stupid action. This is throwing out terrible, terrible jokes.
Spoilers, I think they learn to respect each other and like each other by the end.
Well, good news, Death on the Nile might be top of the list again next week.
Uncharted is going to get it.
It looks so
I'm going
bad.
to go see Death on the Nile this week now. Thanks, Jason. You convinced me
I
to
have
see
no
it.
money invested in Uncharted.
I know,
so that's
but you've
fine.
convinced me to
But
put
you
my
said you're
money
going to go
away
pay
from
money and go
Uncharted.
see it.
Yeah, probably.
And it looks like a toilet.
Wow. Wow. You know what? Fine. I'll just go see Marry Me.
Okay, that's fine.
It's on Peacock.
Spider-Man No Way Home had some pretty cool costumes in it.
Stop watching Spider-Man.
Stop watching
Better than Dune.
Stop watching Spider-Man.
Not better than Coming to America, though.
Somebody I know somebody I'm friends with on Facebook. Her and her husband went to see Marry Me for Valentine's Day. I'm like, oh God, no! Why? Why are you doing?
Because it's the romantic movie at the movies, and some people just go to the
when I think
movies
romance, I think Owen Wilson, J-Lo. Wow, look at that Hollywood hot couple.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could be Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey movie again.
Which
It
one?
could be Kate Hudson and Oliver Hudson.
That would be bad.
It could be Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew McConaughey.
But you know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
It's when I'm trying to enjoy bowling night while I'm nursing a hangover from the Super Bowl the day before, and all these assholes played 4 hours of love music
At the bowling alley.
at the bowling alley. It's like, no.
Were they playing the baby making music list?
They were playing crappy.
Oh,
Your 2 songs are in the finals.
one
in
of
the
our
finals?
two of our 4 songs made the final. We were 50% of the final 4, and
So what's in the finals now?
it is "Let's Get It On"
Uh-huh.
Get it on.
and "Sexual Healing."
Which one did you have?
Let's Get It On.
And are you winning?
Oh yeah, big, like by more than 50%.
What do you get for winning this?
I don't think we get anything. We get the
baby?
glory.
A baby?
No,
No, we aren't allowed to have babies.
Oh, lots of practice though.
Lots of practice.
That's at the Bracketeers. Just let it
Bracketeers
Duh. That's right.
Is it how much time is left, or has it ended?
It should be.
It'll be ended by the time this airs.
Okay.
Oh, I can't get the Hobie bump.
Depends. We'll be up in like 10 minutes.
Actually, it is official. Let's Get It On. 67% to 33%.
Yay!
Again, it was the highest rated after the first round because the first pick of the draft got knocked out.
Which was that?
Pony.
Oh,
By Genuine.
there was no funeral.
So
No, the funeral did not.
that was
It did not advance the first.
that
round.
was the Mr. Irrelevant pick.
Oh.
For us was the funeral.
The funeral.
Let's Get It On was the number 2 pick overall.
Genuine.
Good job.
Your cousins with
Congratulations.
Genuine.
Uh,
Sorry, that was my Tom Haverford impersonation.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Donna loves Genuine
Cousins?
because they're family.
let's do some top 5 here.
Oh, I thought we were over. Oh yeah, top 5.
Top 5.
Stop watching Spider-Man.
Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 23rd through 25th. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com.
Hobie will be there.
In a few months. Matthew McConaughey, maybe.
No.
Hayden Christensen.
No.
Top 5.
I was just waiting for someone to say top 5.
Top 5 this week is top in honor of the day after the Super Bowl. Top 5 days of the year that are unproductive. Blake, what do you got for unproductive?
Okay. Obviously, can't say the day after Super Bowl because that's what we're naming this after.
Well, you can.
Well, you can, but it's going to be,
But then you'll take somebody else.
superfluous. So I went a different route. The day after you realize you've fallen in love in honor of Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
that's sweet.
Because you think about it, and you're young, you realize you're in love. That's
And
the only
your
thing you
heart
think
is just
about.
fluttering all
Heart
day
is
long. And you get nothing accomplished.
Get nothing accomplished. You can't concentrate. There you go.
Nice.
That's a pick.
Yep.
That's a pick. Jeff.
My number 5 is Monday.
Damn it, that's my list.
Your whole list?
Good job, Jim.
I hope two of them.
Number 5 for me is my birthday. I always feel like I always take off my birthday, and I always feel like I'm going to do something, like not do anything that day, like play some video games. And I end up running like 6 different errands.
That's my number 2, Jason.
Yeah, put it on the board.
Okay,
Jim, number 5.
my number 5, I hobied this. Friday and Saturday.
Oh, it's a good day.
I'd get a lot of screwing around done on those 2 days.
Baby making?
No,
I'm
pretty unproductive on those days, even though I'm.
You work both of those days.
I know.
play softball on Friday. You play softball on Fridays. In Euchre.
Like, have you seen my productivity on softball?
He wasn't even there for the finale.
That's true. It does say unproductive.
Yes.
All right, sorry.
Brian, number 4 or 5.
Number 5 for me, Thanksgiving Day.
That's my number 4. It's right there.
I'm going to say the day after Thanksgiving.
I usually do.
I was going to put that on my list, but I figured everybody else would have it.
Thanksgiving's a good one. You don't really want to do
I
anything.
worked the day after
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
day after Thanksgiving, Jason's shopping like an asshole.
You know, to be fair, I just do online shopping now.
And you probably bought a ton of toilet paper.
Don't worry about it. My bunker.
So how much cream cheese did you buy this past week?
We got lots of cheesecake upstairs.
Lots of cheese balls.
I would say an addendum. If you're not cooking the meal on Thanksgiving, I agree. It's very unproductive.
I typically don't.
Jim,
So
should I put that in the refrigerator instead of the bunker?
Maybe.
You don't have a refrigerator in your bunker?
I do. It's outside. I just didn't put the cream cheese in it this year. Damn it.
There's 18 cases of cream cheese he bought at all the stores on the west side of town.
Anybody want to buy some cream cheese?
As he tried to sell it before the Super Bowl parties at $10 a piece.
You know, you saw those pop-up tents selling Bengals gear? I was selling a pop-up tent with cream cheese.
I actually saw someone did post something that said, I've got so many bricks of cream cheese, I'll be next to the T-shirt pop-up at this corner.
Location.
So what is so funny about this is on Facebook Marketplace, somebody put up a post of a Walmart brand cream cheese, and they wrote Joe Burrow, number 9, and then real, and then
On the package?
on the package, and they're selling it for $1.5 million.
No,
Real.
there was I don't know, it was Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something, but somebody went through and did go to all the Kroger, Walmart, and Myers over on the east side of town and bought them all out of cream cheese and was selling it. And he got so much backlash. His next post was, "Since all you assholes are, I'm raising the price to $10." I hope he has to sit.
Yeah,
on a
I
hill.
hope it goes bad on him.
You know,
Hope
in
he
your
has a
bunker,
refrigerator.
They photoshopped a picture of him holding real signed cream cheese by Joe Burrow himself. As you can see, this is real. He's holding it to prove it. No low balls. I know what I got. I can meet at the police station.
Well, at least they're being safe.
Yeah.
Are you going to get
Oh
a
my
lot of
God.
sex bread bills for cream cheese?
What's your number 4, Brian?
My number 4, March 18th. The day after St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay.
That's a rough one.
Jim, number 4.
In my younger days, yes.
Thursday.
Good one.
Ooh, man.
My number 4 is Thanksgiving. Jim or Jeff,
I
that's
see
your
a
name.
trend with Jim's list.
My number 4 is Wednesday.
Hump day. It's hump day.
It's the
was
day
that number
after I
3?
go into a sugar coma in the Bob Studios.
That's my number 3. Oh.
Put it on the board. Blake, number 4.
I said first day back from vacation.
Yeah. See, that's a busy one. I always have to go through like 80,000 emails.
That would require getting vacation and going somewhere.
Just leave.
I'm gone.
Number 3, Blake.
Well, I had to Hobie this.
You better not have one of mine.
It's a lot of days.
Sunday.
It's a lot of days. The first day after Super Bowl Sunday until Thursday of March Madness.
Pretty unproductive?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, number 3.
My number 3 is Sunday.
Damn it, that's my number 2.
I'm not purposely stealing them, Jim. But I mean, I really get nothing done on Sundays. At least weekdays I'm working, and Saturdays I might get something else. Sundays, nope, not a damn thing gets done on Sundays.
My third is January 1st. Not that I'm a big New Year's Eve fan, but like I have to go back to work the following day usually, so I'm like, ugh. After being like off for a week, so. Jeff,
Wouldn't
Jim,
that be your first day back from
Wednesday.
vacation?
My number 3 was Wednesday.
Brian, number 3.
My number 3 is opening day.
Oh, that's a good one for the Reds.
I'm very productive. I get a lot of
There's
baseball
only
watching in.
one opening day.
Lakers.
No one likes you.
It's not Lakers opening day.
Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me, fantasy draft day.
Oh,
I'm very productive because I
Only-
do all my
well-
studying the day of.
Yeah, but I don't do anything else, so therefore I'm not productive.
Oh, I consider that productive.
number 2.
I consider what I'm doing right now productive.
My number 2 was Sundays. I really
Didn't mean
Sunday was an honorable mention for me because that is really a day of nothingness.
Number 2 for me is the day after the Comic Expo. I don't feel like going anywhere. Don't feel like talking to anyone.
It's a lot of work.
Yep, just done.
That was my number 5. That was that was my honorable mention Monday.
Monday.
That was my honorable mention.
Number 2.
My number 2 was Jason's birthday.
Why?
Every year we like make a plan to go somewhere, and then we always forget that it's also Bachfest week, so every place is crowded and we can't get into it, and we do nothing for Jason's birthday, even though we spend time trying to do something.
You get invited?
I don't know the last time I did anything for my
Okay, I
birthday.
mean that was a couple years ago.
Jim, I don't think I was invited.
But Jason's like, "Oh,
Was
we're
it
going
good?
this place for my birthday." So we all go down there, and there's like a 3-hour wait to get in,
Yeah.
and then we just
we
go somewhere
Well,
else.
we did.
To the arcade.
We
one
did the
year.
arcade the one year. We did the bar at the on the river another year.
Yeah. I don't think I got invited last year, Jim.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, we
Damn
didn't
it,
do it
Jeff.
last year. We were in lockdown last year.
Lock it down. Number 2 for you.
Oh no,
Blake.
we actually showed up here and you wouldn't let us in.
Oh, that's right. I did lock it down.
Let's see. My number 2, actually, Jason and Brian actually kind of hit on this, so it could technically be, a steal by you guys. But I said any day where they play a Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Godfather, Star Wars, James Bond marathon.
Or if the replacements are on.
Oh, it got 2 mentions in the Super Bowl promo.
That's right.
It did.
Red means stop.
Isn't Star Wars Marathon on somewhere at all times?
Yes. Number 1 for you, Blake.
My number 1 is the day after recording Hobie.
No.
My sugar crashes so hard.
Gotcha.
Well, Jeff used that one. Now it's his Wednesday.
Number 1 for you, Jim. Jeff?
Number 1 for me is every day of the year because I don't do fuck. I'm not productive at all.
Sorry. You read the rules to the games on game night. That's pretty productive.
Okay.
None of us listen to him.
Well, no.
Yeah. No, I try to explain the rules of the game, and I get, do you got any more wine?
Gotta get something.
Well, you say recording Hobie's productive.
I said, this is the most productive
Yeah.
I get, and this
There
is
you
not
go.
productive.
Number one for me is December 26th, day after Christmas and Christmas Eve. Like,
Boxing Day?
yeah, all the holidays are over, and it's like,
No, they're not.
Well, except for New Year's Eve. But I'm like,
The
oh
whole season is a holiday, Jason.
no. I'm like, oh, we don't have to go anywhere. I can just sit back,
You don't have to go anywhere.
not deal
the
with
other
any
days.
relatives. I'm good to go. Number one for you, Jim.
You know, they don't have to deal with you either, so they're very thankful as
Feelings
well.
mutual.
Mine is Tuesdays because I don't do anything. I do zero prep work for this. When I'm on here, I sit here and just eat food.
Feed me.
And when I try and tell jokes, I get yelled at.
Number one for you, Brian.
Number one for me is August 10th.
Why?
That's National Lazy Day.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
I thought it was August 31st.
I usually put that off until the 11th.
That's Jeff's birthday.
Hey, Brian, I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Shit.
It's from my daughter.
Okay.
Why don't pirates play cards?
I don't know why.
Because they're on the deck.
Maybe she said like they're standing on the deck.
No, she says they're on the deck.
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
So.
tell her to get a better joke.
Wow. Jeez. Okay, moving on. Top
We
five.
just lost the young child demographic.
Every
Just lost the 9-year-old girl demographic. Thank God.
I could talk more Anna Kendrick Barbie if you guys want. Try and bring that back.
Anyways, everything I learned from movies. I'll be on their podcast tomorrow.
Thanks for the invite.
No problem. Fast and Furious rewatch day. Halloween, barely even dress up, but I eat the candy. April 15th, because taxes are already done. Thanksgiving, just eating food and watching the Lions lose. Super Bowl Sunday, or really any Sunday in Utah. Kevin at Cincy
Cincy
whatever.
MC Explorer.
Thank you.
Didn't he change it?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a theme, days after heavy drinking. March 18th, May 6th, Ash Wednesday. You drink on Ash Wednesday?
No, you drink on Fat Tuesday.
Oh, okay. January 1st and Super Bowl Monday. Honorable mention, June 4th, National Charcuterie Board Day. Fuck!
Haha, he got you.
Bastards. Doctor Number One had Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, March 3rd, and Friday. Big Dev had any day ending in Y.
I thought about saying that.
So there
That
you
was
go.
my list.
Brian, you got a joke before we leave here?
Only in English, but not Montag, Sontag.
I do.
Okay.
I am.
Bad idea of the week. Waiting for Brian, number 1812. Waiting for Brian to tell a joke here. Missed your cue.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Brian.
What should you do if you are addicted to seaweed?
I don't know, Brian. What should I do if I'm
Seek
addicted
kelp.
to seaweed?
Sea kelp.
Close.
You almost had it.
Sea kelp.
It's not as good as a prism joke.
It's better than the prism joke. I got so angry when I was looking through Facebook and your stupid prism joke. showed up on
This should be an
Facebook.
easy one for you guys.
Okay.
What do you call it when you mix alcohol and American literature?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
There you go.
Okay. Titles for the show. Anything?
I got a few things. I have
Go ahead.
Remember in December. What do we have to remember in December, Jason?
I forget.
I forget.
Okay, exactly. He's the half man. This podcast is sex bread. Tacos.
Taco.
It's been 13 years, and we are still level 3. And murder hobos.
I like that one. Brian.
I had buttered sex bread. This podcast is sex bread. Joe Garoppolo.
Oh, Joey Garoppolo.
Yeah, Joe Garoppolo. And I have a friend.
I have that one. I have a friend too.
I have a friend.
Jeff.
I've got, you're from Cleveland.
I got that.
I got 3 kids in a coat.
I got that.
I got Amazon's got the underpants. Fentanyl factories in Kentucky. Sound effects hour.
Oh,
It looks like a toilet.
damn you.
The cream cheese bunker. And sex bread and cream cheese.
I like the cream cheese bunker. I got you're from Cleveland. I have a friend too, and 3 kids in a coat. What was the other one that Jeff or Jim had?
Murder hobos.
No, that's the other one.
It's been 13 years, and we're still level 3.
I do like that one.
Brian had one I like. Now I can't remember what it was.
Joe Garoppolo.
No, that wasn't it.
I have a friend. Or buttered sex bread.
No, you had another one. I hope you had another one.
No, those are the only
What
things
was
I
that?
had.
What was the middle one?
Maybe another one.
Buttered sex bread.
What's after that?
I have a friend.
He's the half man.
Joe Garoppolo.
Remember this number. We're supposed to remember our Worsley. Campaign.
Oh yeah, for Worsley. Well, we already forgot that.
No, I thought it was.
we didn't.
We were supposed to remember Evan McPherson as Canadian of the Year.
Canadian of the Year. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we doing
Wasn't
with?
it? I don't know.
Blake, pick now.
Sex bread.
No, pick something else.
Sex bread and cream cheese.
No,
Buttered sex bread.
another was sex bread.
It's been 13 years and I'm still a level 3 sex bread.
I'm gonna crumb.
Done.
That's the best dad joke I've heard yet.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.